you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. Faith that you and I have the ability and the dignity and the right to make our own decisions and determine our own destiny.
Good evening. Good evening. Sorry about that, folks. I'm stuck in Sunday night mode. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Update. 39 days until the election. Donald J. Trump, the next president of the United States of America. If not, we will send this country into 1,000 years of darkness. Make no bones about that. As the title says, media cuckold. Linda Tripp spills the beans. I'm going to give you some of the details about what's going on. The media is just spinning and spinning and spinning. They're in hyper spin mode right now. Hillary Clinton's camp is hyperventilating and going into convulsions. Literally, nobody is showing up to these rallies to see Hillary Clinton, to see Bill Clinton. I think Bill Clinton gave like a town hall thing just the other day, and there was maybe 100 people there. I mean, nobody is going to see these events. It's sad. It's really sad. Well, it's not sad. It's reality is what it is. This woman has created her reality. What she is doing right now, what she's attracting right now, is because of everything she's done in the past. And it's all catching up to her. So the media is literally going all out, doing everything they possibly can. NBC News is just getting disgusting with it. Here's an article from NBC News. Let's see, how many was it? It's 136 times that they claim that Donald Trump, 124 distinct policy shifts on 20 major issues. Okay, so let me explain that. If there's 20 issues and he distinct policy shifts on 20 major issues. So did he flip-flop? He shifted. So you can't shift. If you're in first gear, you shift into second gear, third, fourth. You're shifting through the gears. You're not allowed to shift. It's their way of saying he's flip-flopping. And they definitely have to say that. And they definitely have to do that because Hillary is without a doubt the flip-flop person there ever was. And we posted a video. I mean, folks, you got to go to Smyth Radio, at Smyth Radio, SMYTH, on Twitter. Follow us, and you will get notifications of all these videos that we post that come up immediately. Absolutely incredible stuff that we've been putting up there. There's a video, a compilation put together of Hillary Clinton and all her flip-flops, and it's not that long. It's actually pretty short. It's not that long at all. It's maybe 2 minutes long at the most, I'd imagine. But anyways, it goes through all the different. She does this. She says this. She says that. She goes back and forth, and it's just absolute insanity. Let's see. I'm not sure that one's it or not. Oh, check this out. That's the vandalism one. Apparently, a man was so sick and tired of the vandalism of his Trump sign in his front yard, he booby-trapped the sign, and he electrified it. So the guy comes up to the sign to try and steal Trump's sign out of the front yard and gets a jolt, a shocking jolt. So, okay, so check this out. We've got this queued up. This is from the Clinton debates, and then it kind of goes into a couple different things. But here's just a little snippet.
You defended President Obama's immigration policies. Now you say they're too harsh. You supported his trade deal dozens of times. You even called it the gold standard. Now, suddenly last week, you're against it. Will you say anything to get elected?
Well, actually, I have been very consistent over the course of my entire life. I have always fought for the same values and principles.
Do you think New York State should recognize gay marriage?
No.
No.
That's 2002.
Okay.
2004.
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
I have not supported same-sex marriage. I have supported civil partnerships and contractual relationships.
And I'll be honest with you, that is the best one that I agree with her on, contractual relationships. Marriage, the definition of marriage is between one man and one woman. Garage would be gay marriage. So if you want it to be between a man and a woman, that would be garage. We've coined that term here on Smyth Radio. That is the definition of garage. And otherwise, I agree that there should be civil unions, contractual agreements between one person and another person. Okay, now jump to 2013.
Support marriage for lesbian and gay couples. I support it personally and as a matter of policy and law.
So you're saying your opinion on gay marriage changed, or you changed your mind?
2014 still.
I have to say, I think you are being very persistent, but you are playing with my words.
This is NPR, by the way. This is not. This is NPR, and these people are in the tank for her. And just listen. Listen how the broadcaster, the woman broadcaster, just is verklempt. She's beside herself, and she stepped in it, and she tries to get out of it.
And playing with what is such an
I'm just trying to clarify
issue.
So I can understand.
No, I don't think you are trying to clarify. I think you're trying to say that, I used to be opposed, and now I'm in favor, and I did it for political reasons, and that's just flat wrong. So let me just state what I feel like you are implying and repudiate it. I have a strong record. I have a great commitment to this issue, and I am proud of what I've done and the progress we're making.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to clarify what I was saying. No, I was saying that you maybe really believed this all along, but, believed in gay marriage all along, but felt for political reasons America wasn't ready yet and you couldn't say it. That's what I was thinking.
No, that is not true. It really is great how long you've
This is Saturday Night Live.
supported gay marriage.
Yes. I could have supported it sooner.
Well, you did it pretty soon.
Yeah. Could have been sooner.
Fair point.
So that was Saturday Night Live taking a jab at her. The reason why I'm playing these things, I'm just going over this list. NBC put out a list, 124 distinct policy shifts on 20 major issues of Donald Trump. So they're saying on 20 issues, he shifted 124 times. It's insanity. I started getting to this article, and it was just unbelievable. Number one, build a wall, deport all undocumented immigrants. Now, they're saying that he shifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They're saying he shifted 18 times on deport all undocumented immigrants, but bring back the good ones illegally. I'm sorry. Build the wall, deport all undocumented immigrants. Then they're saying he said, well, bring back the good ones legally. Now, see, folks, here's how this is. He made a statement, we need to build a wall and secure the border. That's first and foremost. Then they say, well, then what do we do about this? What do we do about the illegal immigrants that are here? He says, okay, this is what we do about that. And they're like, oh, you're shifting your change. You want to deport them all. No. We want to deport the ones that need to go, that are here illegally. okay? But then bring back the ones that can legally come back, the ones that will benefit America, the ones that will be good for America. See, when you get into the details of it all and you start to really work through the plan, throwing out there, we need to build a wall, that's great. That's one thing. Now the media is digging in and they want more details. Every time he gives more details and clarifies the details, they're claiming he's shifting position, which is they're trying to say that he's flip-flopping 124 times on 20 different issues, which is absolute pure insanity. As a common person, just common sense tells you that he has not flipped on building a wall. He hasn't. It says build the wall, deport criminals, triple the number of ICE personnel in birthright citizenship. And then they're saying he flipped on that. It's saying he flipped on that and said Trump might be flexible on actually deporting 11 million undocumented immigrants. Yeah, when you start to work through things have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust and move, and we can't have the trail of tears. You just can't take you can't take 11 million people by bayonet and run them out of this country. It's not possible. I know people who have been in this country for many, many, many years who have lived in this country and are undocumented. I know it's a fact. But this is all they know. They speak English. You send them back to Mexico, there's no family back there. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. So you got to be a little bit flexible. Anyways, they go into 18 different times. They're claiming that he flipped, he changed, he shifted. He got soft. And then number 18, the last one. Trump did say, I won't rule out a path for citizenship. And they're saying that's a shift. Well, you've got to make provisions for citizenships for certain individuals and for certain situations. It's got to be. And then they go into young undocumented immigrants and children of illegal immigrants. He says dreamers may be able to stay. And then they're saying that he said, nope, they can't stay. And they're saying that when asked if dreamers would have to go back, he said, it depends. Then they're saying later on with on Meet the Depressed in 2015, they're saying they have to go. They say, no, they can't stay. So there's a situation here where there's a big, giant plan that's going to unfold. And I'm not making excuses for Trump. Okay, he may have spoke too early. He may have misspoke. He may have start to develop this idea, realizing that the media is going to start to hammer and hound you and beat you and beat you and beat you for details and details and details. And you better give them up. And they're going to work at it, and they're going to work you over, and they're going to work you over, like you're on the stand, on the witness stand, and the lawyer is treating you like a hostile witness. That's what they're going to do to you. So if your words aren't exactly the same every single time, they're going to say you're shifting. So it's unbelievable. It just blows my mind. And then they go into the proposed Muslim ban. They're saying that he shifted a total of 14 times on that. And there's the last one they're saying, only people who love America are allowed. Come on, folks. That's not a shift. That's a statement. It's a statement. That's not a shift. The Muslim ban is Muslims from the Middle East. There's got to be a ban, a stop on the immigration of new immigrants. New immigrants coming from Muslim world, the Muslim territories in the Middle East. We have to put a ban on it. We have to put a stop on it. They want to come over here and they want to kill us. They want to destroy us. They want to kill us. We've got to get serious. We've got to get serious fast. And NBC News just can't get a grip on that. they're all upset. They're saying no Muslims whatsoever, and that's what they kept saying over and over again. And then they're saying that he changed that by saying make exceptions for friends and Muslims serving in the U.S. military. Well, if you are a citizen of the United States, you can come and go. Nobody's going to stop you. That's ignorant. If you're in the military, nobody's going to stop you. That's just ignorant. What he's saying is there's a ban on new immigration of Muslims. They just can't wrap their head around that. Okay, so remember how yesterday we talked about NAFTA? NAFTA was a big thing that came up over the debates on Monday night, and everybody's saying, oh, NAFTA, that was George Bush NAFTA, and Trump, you're wrong. Bill Clinton did not sign NAFTA, and Hillary Clinton had nothing to do with NAFTA. That was all George Bush's doing, George H. Bush Sr. And
it's of President Clinton's first term, passage of the North American Free Trade.
Okay, a little too soon, but listen up.
It was one of the highlights of President Clinton's first term, passage of the North American Free Trade Agreement, also known as NAFTA.
You heard that right? This is a news report. MSNBC, matter of fact, MSNBC reporting on Hardball, reporting that Bill Clinton signed NAFTA.
Critics blame NAFTA for the loss of manufacturing jobs in industrial states, including Ohio and...
Oh, what happened? We lose the media? We lose the sound? Okay, well, I guess we've lost the sound on that. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, so it goes into saying that how Hillary Clinton was for NAFTA and then against NAFTA and then for NAFTA again. And then she was played a key role in NAFTA, helping to get NAFTA passed.
It was one of the highlights of President Clinton's first term, passage of the North American Free Trade Agreement, also known as NAFTA. Critics blame NAFTA for the loss of manufacturing jobs in industrial states, including Ohio and
Pennsylvania. Okay, well, bad soundbite there. But anyway, so that goes into more and more about NAFTA, how Hillary was an integral part of NAFTA, putting NAFTA together. Just insanity. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, NAFTA, it's gone so bad. It's gone south real bad. Also during the debates, back when she was debating with Bernie Sanders, there was a question about Clinton and her plan to deal with big banks. Is it better than Bernie Sanders? She went off on railing against big banks. However, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Lieberman Brothers, as well as Credit Group, all donated to Hillary Clinton. They're top contributors to Hillary Clinton. Hillary is tied to Wall Street, tied to big banks, so you can't deny that whatsoever. It's in there. It's done. I'm sorry. So if you want to talk about flip-flopping, this is who it is. This is the flip-flopper. So back to this thing with NBC News. Oh, and then there's another article that came out. What led me to NBC News was the article from USA Today. I don't know anything about USA Today. I've never read them. I've seen them on the shelf. I don't know anybody that reads them, that picks it up, whatever it be. Apparently, USA Today came out with an article. And that article was, we've never endorsed a presidential candidate, nor have we ever gone against a presidential candidate. So this will be the first time. Our editorial board has unanimously agreed that Donald Trump is unfit to be president of the United States. He's a liar. I started getting a liar. Yeah, USA Today. What are you talking about, liar? And so they referenced this NBC article that I'm talking about. It's just so sad. The deep ties that they have with each other, just to trash each other. It's unconscionable is what it is. It's despicable and it's unconscionable. Let me get on before we run out of time. Let me jump over here to Linda Tripp real quick. Linda Tripp is doing an interview, or she did a recorded interview, obviously, and it will be aired Sunday evening. It'll broadcast on New York's AM 790, The Answer, and NewsTalk 990 AM in Philadelphia. It's an hour-long interview. And real quick, this is from Breitbart.com, and this is the article by Aaron Klein, and it starts off like this. It says, New York, as a White House staffer who worked directly adjacent to Hillary Clinton's second-floor West Wing office, Linda Tripp was afforded a front-row seat to some of the most infamous scandals to rock the Bill Clinton White House. This interview is going to be incredible because this article is absolutely incredible. The article goes into a big part of the Clintons that they had absolutely no respect for classified and sensitive documents. You got to understand, folks, Linda Tripp had been in government as a high-level government with top security clearance and above. And she'd worked for the government for over 20 years at this time. Anyone who works for the government with that kind of security clearance over 20 years is institutionalized, if you will. They are literally, their heart and soul protectant of the government. They are part of the government. That is their life. That is what they do. They know the rules, the regulations, the lines. You don't cross the lines, this and that and everything. And you take it very, 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 very seriously. And Linda Tripp actually worked for the Bush administration before the Clintons. And she said it was black and white. The Bushes, they understood what classified material was and documentation was. They also understood that everybody had to go through background checks, extensive 90-day. It usually took 90 days and thousands of dollars to go through a background check on anybody that's going to be involved in the White House. Clintons get into play. Some people that didn't even fill out the paperwork that were in the White House working for the Clintons. One guy happened to be a former bouncer, and he was part of the security team, and he got a hold of, and this goes into Filegate, he got a hold of a lot of sensitive documents, information on Republicans that he handed over to Hillary Clinton so that she could put the squeeze on the enemy, if you will. And that's Filegate. Hillary's got a real bad sense of paranoia. It goes into the death of Vince Foster episode. Folks, you're not going to believe this. Once she starts getting into Vince Foster and everything leading up to that, she says, Linda Tripp says, after the death of Vince Foster, she was shocked. She was devastated because everything changed after that day. Closed doors, nobody talked. A level of secrecy from each other. It was just, you could feel it in the air. Her first knee-jerk response at midnight when she was given the call that Vince Foster had killed himself, her knee-jerk reaction was, here it is. It says, my first question to the president's secretary when she called and said, Vince Foster is dead, he killed himself. My first question was, how did you know he killed himself? This was midnight. I was in bed. So surreal. I mean, is it not? So Vince Foster was literally the lawyer for the Clintons for Filegate, Watergate, all these different gates, all these different scandals. Vince Foster was the hegemony. He took care of all of this paperwork and document. And the very next day that Linda Tripp went back to work after Vince Foster's death, his office door was wide open. People were rummaging through the paperwork, going through papers. It was just unbelievable. It was Linda Tripp who called the Secret Service and told the Secret Service, you need to send somebody down here. You need to rope this off. Not only do you need to rope it off, but you need to post a guard. This is a crime scene. or a scene of sorts. This should be treated as a crime scene until it comes out that it was actually suicide. Gary Byrne, who was Secret Service agent at the time during this era, wrote a book called Crisis of Character, and Kerry Smyth, the co-host for Smyth Radio, did an interview with Gary Byrne, and Gary Byrne says in his book that the gun that was used to kill, that Vince Foster used to kill himself, had to be, how did he put it? It had to be pieced together. It was inoperable. It didn't even work. They couldn't get it to work. It didn't work. There's something shady about that. So Linda Tripp goes into, she had to, during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, Linda Tripp said, I had to, because I saw Monica getting out of control. She was starting to go crazy and starting to get really weird. And she said, I had to do something about this. If I didn't break this and get out with this, she would probably be dead, and likewise, so would I. Literally, I saved her life by coming out with this, and so, as well as my own. Which is probably true. The Clintons are very, very, they're notorious to be tied with so many criminal actions and so many controversies, and then the whole thing with Whitewater, Watergate. It goes on and on and on. It just shows how bankrupt, morally bankrupt these people are. They really are. You want to talk about people from the hills, like a bunch of hillbillies. Imagine a bunch of hillbillies that found a way to get rich quick scheme and just barrel rolled and steamrolled anybody and everybody who was in their way, by hook or by crook, kill them, whatever it takes. And then you turn around and you've got the news media that's shilling out for them. You know, and I put it this way. The news media so desperately wants to be recognized, wants to be loved and recognized and be credited for their journalistic abilities and what they do. And they're enamored and in love with celebrities like the Clintons. Or it originally started with JFK, where he let the media come in and partner up and rub elbows, and now the media felt like they were part of the game. They'd really come, full circle. Oh, you like us. You really like us. And the joke is on you, media. The joke is on you. They are elected. They go on to reap millions and millions and millions of dollars. They win the Super Bowl, and you stay where you are, like the cuckold that you are. You are still stuck in your hole and put away, never to, always never a bride, always a bridesmaid. It's what you are. And it's so sad and so pathetic that the news media of today, so dishonest, distrustful. Every time you turn around, and we played that clip for you yesterday with Rachel Madcow, how she blamed, said that Donald Trump was lying and that George Bush signed NAFTA. Obviously, you heard the clip of MSNBC that, no, sorry, Rachel Madcow, you're wrong. You're shrill and you're going down the wrong road, and you're hitching your wagon to people who are bankrupt, morally bankrupt, and absolutely corrupt. We need Donald Trump to come in here. We need him to come in and clean this place up. Oh, wow. The first 30 minutes you're going to spend anywhere, folks. This is Morning Update with Brian Smith on Smyth Radio. Follow us on Facebook at Smyth Radio. Also on Twitter at Smyth Radio. We've got some good friends out there you should follow as well. At Trumpocrats on Twitter. They are a great organization, a super PAC, helping Donald Trump to win back America for the people.
With unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.
Yeah.